Welcome. We are 5 days away from the 2014 general election here in Bernalillo County, and we have a lot of things happening today that I wanted to talk to you all about. First of all, I want to talk about absentee voting. Today is the last day to submit an application for an absentee ballot. So we can accept those in the mail today. We can accept them if somebody hands them into our office at 1 Civic Plaza on the 6th floor. We can accept them by email or fax, but we have to get them by 5 o'clock today if folks want to vote absentee. And those ballots will go out in tomorrow's mail. We are beginning the process of counting the absentee ballots this morning. This is the absentee board behind me. We will be doing that from 8 to 5 today, 8 to 5 tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then Tuesday we will start again at 7 a.m. At this point, we've mailed out 28,917 absentee ballots, and at this point, only 14,378 have been returned. So we still have over 14,000 absentee ballots out there that we are waiting to get back. If folks have them at home, we want to encourage folks to hurry up and get them in the mail. It's $1.19 postage to mail that ballot back to us. A ballot can also be handed in at our office at 1 Civic Plaza. It can be handed in at our Clerk's Annex at 111 Union Square, or it can be handed in at any polling place on Election Day. If you have not received your ballot yet, please call us at 243-VOTE, or you can find your ballot status at our website, bernco.gov/MVI. That's short for My Voter Information. And if you are seeing that your ballot has been mailed and you still haven't received it, you have a couple of options. You can call us again at 243-VOTE and request a replacement ballot, or you can go to any early or election day polling site and vote in lieu of absentee ballot at that site. And again, voters may hand in a ballot again at the clerk's office or the annex today, tomorrow, Saturday, Monday, and at any polling place on Tuesday. As far as early voting goes, so far we've had 53,869 early voters. That's as of the close of the polls yesterday. And at that point, that's 3% more than at this same point in 2010. So we're starting to see an increase in early voting turnout over the 2010, the last gubernatorial election cycle. Early voting is going to continue at 19 sites countywide today until 8 o'clock, tomorrow and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday is the last day to cast an early ballot. So we want to encourage voters to hurry up and get out there and vote early if they can. I want to let folks know some of our busiest sites are Montgomery Crossing, Paseo Crossing, Glenwood Village, and Dascalos Plaza. So right now we're seeing all of our wait times are well under half an hour. Half an hour is our absolute upper limit for a wait time. Even though those sites are busy, it's only taking 5 to 15 minutes to process voters. But if folks want to make sure about that, I encourage them to check our website, bernco.gov/myvotecenter. They can look at a map, find their closest early voting site, and look at the wait times there before they go to cast a ballot. Of course, the least busy times are mid-morning and mid-afternoon, avoiding the rush hour and avoiding the after-work rush. I also want to encourage folks to download the app, iPhone and Android app. That will also give you your closest early voting and election day polling location and the wait times as well. Election day is right around the corner on Tuesday. Site preparations are underway starting today. We're getting all of the equipment, voting machines, computers set up at our 69 Election Day My Vote Centers starting today. Those sites on Tuesday will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And again, we really want to encourage voters, if you're going to wait until the last day, if you're going to wait until Election Day to vote, please, please, please visit our website, bernco.gov/myvotecenter. Check that wait time. We have 69 sites, and they're all within about a mile of every registered voter in the state. So we have a lot of different, or in the county, we have a lot of different options. And so if the one you were planning on going to has a little bit of a longer wait, you can go to one just down the road that has a shorter wait. We want to encourage folks to try to utilize that. And again, the app available for iPhone and Android, the My Vote Center app will give them that information as well. just some various and sundry other things. Sample ballots are available on our website, bernco.gov/MVI, My Voter Information. You can print your sample ballot there. You can also pick up a sample ballot from any early voting site. Again, we want to encourage folks to try to get that sample ballot in advance. Do your homework ahead of time so when you get to the polls, you are comfortable with what's on the ballot. It will speed up the process for you. We also encourage folks to use the League of Women Voters Guide to learn about the candidates. We're hearing a lot about folks not being familiar with judicial candidates in particular. We have a lot of those on the ballot, so we want to encourage folks to utilize those sample ballots and candidate guide resources to make sure that they're clear on those choices before they go to the polls. And once again, I just want to encourage every voter in the county to vote early if they can. We have almost a full day left today, Friday and Saturday, lots of opportunity. The sites are busy, but the wait times are not long, and I really would hate to see folks wait until the last minute and have an experience that they're not happy with because they had to wait in a long line at the end of the day on Tuesday. So folks, if they can get out and vote today, tomorrow, or Saturday, really want to encourage that. And with that, that's the information that I have prepared. Do you all have any questions for me?
Just a question on numbers. You mentioned first the absentee ballots. What's the percentage last year that got returned? Because you mentioned not a lot of them have come back. How many are you expecting?
So we usually get a big rush of ballots in the last few days. And so usually we get 70% or more of those absentee ballots back. So right now we're at about 50%. So we would expect the rest of those, the next 20% at least to come in the next few days. But we don't want to chance it. We want to encourage folks, to hurry up and get those in. And, if there's been any problem, if they haven't gotten the ballot for some reason in the mail or they don't know what happened to it, that's why we're really encouraging folks, make sure you call the office or you go into an early voting site where you can vote in lieu of absentee ballot there.
And same question for early voting. What's the percentage of registered voters that normally turn out? How many have?
So far, like I said, we're almost at 54,000 early voters, and what we're looking at is we're comparing that to turnout in 2010 in the last gubernatorial. So right now we're about 3% ahead of where we were at the same time 4 years ago. And so what that means is we don't know exactly how it's going to play out. Usually the majority of our votes are cast before Election Day in Bernalillo County. In the 2012 general election, it was 70% of the votes. In the 2010 general election, it was 55% of the votes. So we don't know yet what that's going to look like because we don't know what the Election Day turnout is going to look like. But what we have traditionally experienced is that most votes are cast before Election Day.
But we're already ahead of
in terms of early voting turnout, we're ahead of where we were at the same election 4 years ago. Yeah.
And again, if you ordered an absentee ballot, you haven't received it, or you haven't voted,
right, you
can still vote on Election Day.
Right, that's correct. You can still vote earlier on Election Day. Again, if you're curious about the status of your ballot, call us at 243-VOTE, go to bernco.gov/MVI, or simply go to a polling location and you can vote a replacement ballot at any polling location early or Election Day. Yeah.
For early voting and day of, just photo ID, what do they need to bring?
You do not actually need to bring anything. You may bring a photo ID if you choose, and that can help expedite the process with the poll officials. If you don't bring an ID with you, you'll be asked to give your registered name, address, and year of birth as your voter identification. You'll have to provide that to the poll official.
So you are on the ballot. What do you think your chances are?
Is that a fair question?
It's a legitimate question.
I am on the ballot. I feel good about my chances.
Awesome.
And do you feel good about the amount of people that have been showing up so far to vote?
Yeah, it's interesting what we've seen. It started off kind of anemic in the early days of early voting when we just had early voting at the annex, and then even in the first week of early voting. And what we're seeing is with every day that passes, starting since about last Thursday, we've seen a continual pickup in the voter turnout, and every day that passes we have more and more and more people voting. So we're really seeing sort of just this steep incline towards these last few days of early voting, and that's how we're now exceeding the turnout day on day compared to 2010. Anything else? All right, well.
What did you say was behind you there? They're counting? Or?
Yeah, this is our absentee board. So what they're doing is they're starting the process, and right now it consists of mainly opening the outer envelopes, separating them from the inner envelopes. The outer envelopes are what we utilize to just verify that this is a legitimate ballot. And then we separate it so that when we open the inners and take out the ballots, we can't tie a ballot back to the individual voter. So it's a multi-step process. Yeah. Those are those are the voting booths and the machines and all the equipment that are going out to all of the early voting sites, and we're starting to, or election day voting sites, and we're sending those out starting today in waves.
Okay.
Yeah. Per usual, at 7 p.m. we will post the early and absentee results. We should have 99.9% of everything tabulated at that point. The only thing that wouldn't be posted would be any outstanding hand tallies, any outstanding absentee ballots that came into the polling locations throughout the course of the day, things like that, random exceptions. We would expect the first election day polling results to come in as early as 8, potentially as late as 9, but it's usually somewhere in the middle there. And then throughout the course of the evening, we would expect to have everything in by about 11:30.